Let's start this video out looking at a small bakery that is just a little Saudi bakery. You can find these all over. Those are the breads in the stone oven there. These ones are cooling off, and this is what they look like when they come out. This costs about 1 SAR for about 4 sheets. It's about 30 cents.
Hello everyone, nice to see everybody again. And we're filming indoors because of the heat outside once again. But we are going to try and do more filming outside. We are going to try and get some more filming done outside. I'm working on maybe in the evenings, trying to get some more lighting for outside so that I can do some more filming. The only problem is, again, the heat. It just overheats my camera. So we're back inside, and I have a question from another listener. And they were asking about what shots you need to get before you're going to be going to the Middle East. There's a lot of talk about what you need. There's a lot of discussions about what you need to get before you go. And in this video, we're going to cover all of that.
After years of military contracting overseas, and I'm getting ready to retire, I thought I would pass on the information that I learned over years of working abroad to inspire others to reach out, check out the world, see the jobs that are overseas, and learn something about yourself.
All right, so welcome back. What we're going to discuss is pretty much, what exactly is going to go down as far as shots and immunizations to get into the Middle East, because it's going to be more extensive than getting a job pretty much anywhere else. If you get a contracting job in Germany, Japan, the shots that you're going to be needing are going to be much less than what you will need. So we're going to go and discuss the question that was asked, which was the Middle East. This is going to be the absolute highest level of shots and immunizations that you can expect is going to be for these contracts. You will also find a lot of shots if you're going into African nations as well. And the company that I'm working with now actually has positions in Djibouti. So having the shots that I got in Afghanistan has covered me for Saudi Arabia and a lot of these places already, which is great. That's one of the reasons why I tell people that there's nothing wrong with getting these shots and immunizations, because then you're covered. And a lot of contractors, they enjoy traveling. It's just part of their lifestyle. And then as you travel the world, you're covered for a lot of these different issues and illnesses that otherwise you'd have to pay a lot of money for. But since you got a contract, the company's going to make sure you're fully immunized before you get in country. So it's a great time to get them. I'll give you an example exactly what happened with me. So upon joining the military many years ago, there was a battery of shots and immunizations that I received, and I had documentation that was given to me. That documentation, when I started contracting, I presented that to my first company, and because my first contracts were in the state of Hawaii, which seems like overseas, but it's not. It's an American state. But really, I was good to go. I was fine. But when I started taking my overseas contracts that were legitimately, not just a state that's overseas, but actually going into foreign countries and specifically Afghanistan, they were basically deemed as outdated, even though I had gotten full battery. So first thing I want to do is tell you what I got in the military. So we'll go over that first, all right? And then we'll go over what happened for Afghanistan. So let me put my reading glasses on here. For the military, I received the adrenovirus, measles, mumps, meningitis, polio, rubella, and tetanus, all right? While I was in, I would get routine influenza shots, tetanus as needed. Okay, and then I got the yellow fever at some time, immunization at some time. And so that's what I received while active duty military. All that documentation, I had it all saved, everything ready to go. And the company that hired me for Afghanistan said, this is many years ago. We want you to get a full battery of everything you need. So I went in to a drugstore that was doing immunizations as well. They had like a little area on the side there, and they had a bundle of shots like this waiting for me. 12 shots. I had 12 shots. There were 12 that they deemed that they wanted me to have updated, basically. And I got 6 in each arm. So it felt like, back in boot camp again. All right. But, I'm going to go over what I got. But let me just tell you this real quick. My plans were to do a lot of overseas contracts, which I have done. And then my plans after that was to retire and travel. So I looked at it again as a blessing. I was getting all of these shots over again, all updated, new, and they were going to last me, for the rest of my life. So that was fantastic. And for the amount of traveling that I intended to do for work, and the traveling that I intended to do after work, retiring and traveling, it was okay. I was okay with all the shots. So let me go over what I received for Afghanistan. So you can take this as basically what you're going to be getting as well if you take a Middle East contract. All right, let's go through them. Hepatitis A, hepatitis B, typhoid, cholera, rabies, anthrax, meningitis, polio, measles, mumps, rubella, tetanus, diphtheria, chickenpox, shingles, pneumonia, and influenza. And again, a few of them they deemed were, because maybe like influenza I just get every year anyhow. And so they didn't necessarily say that I needed to get that updated. But there were 12 that they wanted. So I received 12 shots updated in one day. But that's a good breakdown right there of what you will be expected to have. Now, again, don't go out and get these. All right? What I'm telling you is when you get a contract, the company, that's part of what they're going to do. And for some, I'll give you another. There's contractor training that you'll go through in Texas before you'll go to the Middle East. All right? And we're going to do a video on that. We'll discuss that at a later time. But that contractor training, some of the shots that you got there, 2-part shots, and they would give you your first shot in your home of record. You would just go to a drugstore and get that, and then when you go to that contractor training, they finish it up with the second shots there, so that when you go in country, you have everything. On top of the shots, when you are in the Middle East, they keep you on antibiotics every day. All right? Antibiotics the whole time there. You get a bottle with like 400 tablets in it. So you take one every day, antibiotics, all right? When you get back, they give you a 30-day supply of another antibiotic, which is sort of like a weaning off type of situation where they're getting you off the antibiotics, and that's just to get you back into the country, back into the U.S., back into changing back over to a Western lifestyle. And you got that 30-day supply of a different antibiotic. So be ready for that. That's something you're going to take every day while you're in country. And when you get back, you got that 30-day supply of another antibiotic that kind of gets you back into action here in the United States. So that is something a lot of people don't talk about too, but that's something that you'll be doing. All right. And the only other thing I can say, now that we've discussed the real deal with shots, so it's no hearsay, you know exactly what you're going to be getting, and the antibiotics that you're going to take in country. The only other thing I could add to that is going to be, I always kept antibiotic ointment at all times. I have it right over here. Okay, so any type of scratch that you get, any type of injury that you get, you want to put antibiotic ointment on right away, because you don't want to be getting infections when you're overseas. Then you end up having to go to a clinic, and you start burning your vacation time, burning your medical time, burning everything, and maybe it's an excuse for them to send you back. All right? Don't let that happen. Any type of cut that you get, antibiotic ointment goes on it right away. And you can just keep it in your backpack so you have it on you all the time. And I hope that answers that question. Thank you for it, and keep the questions coming. You just put them in the comment section, whatever you like. And that's the real deal on shots and immunizations to get into a Middle East contract. All right. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you have a good day.